Alright, nerd. Jason coming at you here with another review. This time for Batman Crusader on Amazon Prime. I saw this video, or I saw this show starting, I believe, on Saturday. I didn't even know it was out. Amazon doesn't seem to be promoting it because I had no idea it was out. I was watching Neurotics Friday Night Tights, and that's where I found it. I was like, oh, hey, it's out. I should check that out. And I did because I'm being a huge fan. I grew up watching Batman the animated series. Not one of the best animated series or animated show, cartoon, whatever you want to call it. I believe of all time. It's my favorite number one show, animated show, Batman the animated series, followed by X Men, or the original X Men, that came out in the '90s as well. And so I was excited. Well, when I initially heard about the show, I was really excited. I was like, Bruce Timm is back. He was a big part of the initial Batman the Animated Series with Paul Dini, and I was like, oh man, it's going to be really good. Then, there was problems going on in the background, I guess, and HBO Max ended up canceling it, or Warner Brothers, and they ended up selling it off to Amazon Prime. And enough about that. Let's get into this review, and we'll start off with the good. There was a couple good things I did like about this show. I got my notes right here, so if I look down, I'm looking at my notes. The 40s. It was set in the 1940s, which actually is kind of a cool setting. Um, there's no technology. Batman doesn't have a back computer. He doesn't have anything like that. He has like a map, a glass map with they use dry erase markers on it, looks like, or something like that. They use telephones, dial-up telephones, corded telephones, um, and a police scanner. He listened to a police scanner to find out about crime, what's going down. Um, and he does some detective work. It looks like he's doing, kind of old school detective work when it comes to Batman, because that's what Batman originally is. Um, the art style direction, I like that. I like the look of it. Not necessarily all the character designs, but the overall look aesthetic of the show, I really do like. I enjoyed that quite a bit. The voice acting is okay to good. Hamish Linklater, he does a pretty good job with Batman. I like the Catwoman voice actress. Some of the others are okay. The Harley Quinn, she's fine. She does not sound like Harley Quinn. You want the hey, Mr. J? That's Harley Quinn. That's what I know as Harley Quinn, and kind of miss that. She's fine, but it's just whatever. It's okay. And I like the animation. It's got a 2D hand drawn look. I'm gonna guess it's not 100% hand drawn, but it looked good. I like the animation. I do like the animation style. And that was it for the good. Now for the rest. Right off the bat, the first thing we get to see is Alfred, and Alfred is fat. We have a body positive Batman, or Alfred. Why? I have absolutely no idea why we have a body positive Alfred. That was a bit strange, and I don't know why they did that. Second, female penguin. Once again, why? Is a female penguin needed? I don't think so. Sorry, excuse me, drinking my beer here. Batman has a lot of female rogues that they could dip into, besides Harley Quinn, besides Catwoman, which are in the show. You have Poison Ivy, even Red Claw, which I believe was created for the original show as well. But there's plenty of female antagonists for Batman, villains for Batman. We don't need to be gender swapping villains, so that was unnecessary, it seemed. Agent Harley Quinn, again, the race swap. Why do we, why are we race swapping, gender swapping? I don't think any of that is necessary. And Renee Montoya, along with Harley Quinn, they're a little, they're a little thicker. They're a little thicker looking. They're broad-shouldered, thicker looking women. again, I don't know why. I mean, you're throwing modern day isms, you're throwing current day isms into the show that takes place in the 40s, and it kind of throws you throws you out of the show a little bit. This is supposed to be the 1940s, not 2024. So that's a little off there, you know. Race swaps again. We got Jim Gordon and Barbara Gordon, black, whatever. You know, that's been done. So, like I said, I believe unnecessarily, but once again, it was done. So another thing I noticed is Alfred and Commissioner Gordon are very much less important um, in this series. Those are two of the most important characters in Batman mythos, and they are kind of thrown to the side here for the strong, confident, you know, women, and the men are just dumb and kind of off to the side. You know, there's I don't know what's going on there. Another thing, Batman is not, he's kind of like a secondary character in this series. It's a Batman show. For pretty much most of the episodes, he's a secondary character. But I do like the design of Batman. Batman looks okay. Catwoman looks really good, really cool. I like the way they make I like the design of Catwoman. She looks really, really cool. Yeah, and come back to the women looking like linebackers. Why don't you know, for the Chicago Bears? Why? I don't know. It seems unnecessary. And then we have the episode where Harley Quinn, she pops up in her costume, and it just looks absolutely horrible. Horrible. This costume sucked. I don't know if Bruce Timm had to do with any of the designs, but you know, Paul Dini, him, I believe, created it for the original series, and she looked great. And she doesn't really work as a solo character. You know, she kind of needs Mr. J, you know, to play off of, or you know, whatever. She doesn't work as her own like major type villain. To me, anyways, I don't see it. It's not working for me. And the origin story on her as well. She is subjugating all these rich white men. You know, she's fighting capitalism. She's fighting the patriarchy. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why we need that in the show. Again, current days in the show throw you completely out of the show. The Mad Love in the original Batman the Animated Series, the Mad Love episode, the Origins, where you see the origins of Harley Quinn, was about 1,000,000 times better than this. But anyways, it is what it is. Episode 6, I think, is the first one we see that kind of focuses a little more on Batman. You get to see a little more on Batman. You know, that was my favorite episode to this point. I just almost gave up. I almost gave up on the show after like 4 or 5 episodes, but I stuck it out. Episode 5 or 6 was a little better. It was okay. It kept me going. I was like, okay, maybe it'll pick up now. You know, you got Papa Midnight and the Gentleman Ghost. So it was, you know, it was cool. It was cool seeing Papa Midnight in this, and you know, it was a Batman focused story. So that was the first Batman, true Batman, I guess, episode that kept me interested in and kept me going with this series. And then I believe it was in episode 8. Yeah, I believe it was episode 8. That episode was well, it was pretty cool too. We got to see some pretty cool little throwback nods. You know, you had Dr. Leslie Tompkins in that episode, which is kind of cool. And you also got to see Dick Grayson. You got to see Jason Todd. You got to see Stephanie Brown. And you got to see Carrie Kelly. Well, they don't specifically say that it's these characters, but you know, they're little cameos. They're little orphans in the orphanage. So I mean, that was kind of cool to see. Second half was definitely a little much better than the first half of the episode. There's 10 episodes. Yeah, 10 episodes. Episode 8. What's that word? No, not 8. No, that was the Leslie Tompkins episode. That was okay. Episodes 9 and 10 they kind of focus on the Two-Face story, and those episodes were actually pretty cool. But and you notice this in the earlier episodes too. Why is Two-Face such an asshole? Such a a-hole. He's yeah, he's kind of a jerk. Like I don't know. It's supposed to be Two-Face. He's supposed to be the regular guy, and then he's a mean, tough guy with the second. But those episodes were cool. Episodes 9 and 10 were cool. They were focused on Two-Face and him turning into, or I'm sorry, Harvey Dent, him turning into Two-Face. Batman was in those, not as much as some of the 6 and 8, I believe, but those episodes are really good. And now for my score, I score 0 beers to a 12-pack. 0 beers being the best because I don't have to drink to enjoy the show. 12-pack being the worst because I need to be blitzed, find some kind of enjoyment. I'm going to put this one probably at about 6 or 7 beers because I need to have a pretty good buzz to put up with some of the stuff that we saw in the earlier episodes. I am willing to give a second season a chance if they, continue on with the Two-Face story, like episodes like that which focus on Batman, which don't focus on the modern day, current day isms, which really throw you out of this. As I mentioned, X-Men, was probably one of my top shows too. X-Men 97 just did a revival, and that was actually pretty good. That's the way revivals should be done. I quite enjoyed it. Is it perfect? No, but there were some cool throwbacks to some of the things, like the X-Men arcade. There was couple cool throwbacks on it. Like I said, once again, perfect? No, but it was actually well done. I enjoyed the stories. They tried to cram a little too much in it, but it was still a much better show than this one. This one, if it does get a second season, and they continue to build on Batman and focus on Batman, then that is definitely something that I would be looking forward to watching, and I would definitely give it a chance if that's how it goes. If it stays with the all current day isms, modernisms, dealing with all these things and that's not what the 40s was like, So I don't know. That threw me out a bit. If they change that, I am willing to give a second season a chance. But again, about a 7 pack, 6-pack, 7 beers to enjoy the show more than being sober. So it was okay, but I got thrown out by a few things, and current dayisms really get in the way of the enjoyment of the show. All right, that is it for now. Nerd Jason out.